If you're having an existential crisis, this podcast might be for you. It's quite distracting. As I understand, it's gonna be pretty good, like chocolate.
Pollywoo.
Fuck yeah.
Season 1!
Relax your anus.
Do you think people catch that last sentence?
Do you know what? I think every time someone hears that last sentence, they all hear a different thing. And we'd be keen to hear what you heard.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe to Pollywoo, right? Which is our new podcast.
Yep. The fake podcast with real people. We're the real people. This
Yes.
podcast is fake.
I'm a real person.
Yep.
You a real person?
Yeah, I'm Polly. Polly the real person.
Over at Rave Cam, Dave at Rave Central, you a real person?
Fake person, real podcast, fake podcast, real people.
Yeah. What? That makes so much sense.
Yep.
Pollywoo. Talked about it for ages.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not a real podcast, Polly? What about specifically?
I think because there's cameras.
It's true, but people have video podcasts.
Yeah, that's new though, isn't it?
Yeah. I think as long as we don't put it on like a podcast platform, you know, whatever those are.
Did you know that of the 45 to 60-year-old age range, YouTube is the most used social media platform?
True that.
Yeah, well, you do now.
True that. Dave, I see you've got some stings over there lined up, ready to go. Any more you want to throw in the mix?
Big on the stingers, man.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Great question, Dave The Rave.
Yeah, let's jump over to Dave. What's the big news this week, man? Dave, what's been going on in your world?
Here's Dave here, mate, live from Tomorrowland. Rave Centrale, front on the rail. Just come to talk to you about AI.
AI.
Yeah, busting through your door. I don't know if you have seen the latest in the news in the UK, Guy. Have you been watching the news?
I haven't been watching. Tell me more about AI from Tomorrowland.
Wow, straight from the front of the rail, mate. Priorities this week.
Hey, can I just say I appreciate you taking time out of your busy rave to share the news with us.
Mate, this is priority number 1 or priority number 2 behind raving. And in the UK, big thing.
Yep.
And this man over here, Mr. Rishi.
Yeah.
You see this? Do you think this is which image is real, which image is fake, Guy?
They both look pretty real to me, but you know, if we've learned anything about Pollywoo so far, you can take nothing for granted. Which is which, Dave?
Well, you can see the image on the left. You see a good pint,
Yeah.
and the image on the right, which is really let the team down with the substandard pint, and the bar lady's given him the eye. Not great.
Well, specifically, is shit about that. I mean, the head looks a bit brown. I don't even know how one does that. Do you know?
It does. It's bad head. It's sort of like European head, which is not rated in the UK. The major issue here is that now people are thinking that the Prime Minister pours a substandard pint, and they're probably not going to vote for him. So we may have seen this come up in the news. It's going to be a bigger issue, especially next year. You've got US elections, and there's a lot of worries and regulation trying to come into place around controlling images and fake images.
Brilliant. Well, watch out for AI.
Over and out, guys. Back to the rave.
That's enough of Rishi, I think. Less Rishi on this podcast. I reckon that's already feedback we're going to be getting.
Maybe we can make it our goal to get Rishi Sunak to pour us a pint.
Prove that it's fake.
We can go to one of those fancy spoons that used to be a cinema.
Oh yeah, there's one on Holloway.
There's heaps. They're in like the nicest buildings. It's a shame.
Sorry, getting distracted. That's what happens when people with ADHD host podcasts, I guess.
Even though we took our meds today. It's very confusing.
Yesterday. Another thing that we wanted to do, that you wanted to do from this podcast, is use it as a vehicle to become
A woman.
A woman in your own
In
right.
my own right.
An assertive woman, right?
Yes.
Tell me more about your desires to be assertive. What do you feel like you're lacking in your assertively womanliness?
I think often I find myself in conversations where I don't want to be there, or I don't want them to be going that way. And seeing as you're a very assertive person, Guy Turner, I thought you would be the best person to get help from.
Well, I'm thrilled to know that you consider me an assertive woman.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this book. What are we going to do? How's it going to work?
So my mum sent me this book, and she wrote in it.
Awesome.
And while I was living in New Zealand, She sent this to me. All the way from the UK.
It's true that. Hey Dave, do you have a sting about being assertive? You got any Bojack stings on assertivity?
Yeah, we got some great advice, Guy, straight from Princess Caroline herself.
Starting now, you are a hard, heartless career gal. Go to work, be awesome at it, and don't waste time on foolish flights of fancy. From now on, you are a robot. Beep, bop, boop, blurp, bleep.
That's actually surprisingly good from you, Dave. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
That's very topical.
Maybe I should listen to that before I embark on conversations with strangers. Like, you know, the power stance in the bathroom. Like, I am going to dominate.
I've heard about this.
Have you tried it?
Nah.
Me neither.
Cool. Roleplay.
Yeah.
Who's who? What am I doing?
You're Robert from Australia.
I am Robert from Australia.
I'm going to be Selma. Shall I give some background?
Yeah, explain to the audience and me the setting. What's the deal?
Robert, a friend of a distant cousin, landed on Selma's doorstep. That's me.
You're Selma.
I'm Selma from Australia. So
you're also Australian.
No. Sorry, Robert.
I'm Robert, an Australian. You're Selma.
Not an Australian.
Let's say probably UK.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah,
the accent works. He said he expected to stay a couple of nights, but it's now 3 weeks later. He has spent most of the time watching television, lounging around, trawling the internet, and my personal favourite, smoking dope. Robert, I have something to say to you.
We're going to have to share the book.
Okay. Robert, I have something to say to you. I feel really uncomfortable with you smoking dope in my flat, and I would like you to move on somewhere else.
Oh, come on, Selma. What are you being so heavy about? Argumentative bait. That was in brackets. You're not supposed to say that.
You may think I'm being heavy, but I don't even know whether it's legal or not. So I don't want you to smoke in my flat, and I'd like you to look for somewhere else.
How can you chuck me out when I haven't any money? Guilt trip. Boom.
You can get yourself a job if you try. You've been here for 3 weeks, and I'd really like you to look for somewhere else.
Look, just calm down and cool it. If it makes you happy, I'll promise not to smoke anymore when I'm in the house.
I am calm, Robert, and I really want you to make plans to move.
Is that the end? That's the end of the segment.
Well, then it says Robert eventually gets the message in this hypothetical situation.
Do you feel more assertive?
I enjoyed not rising to Robert. That felt quite powerful.
Okay.
Rather than saying, you're a wasteless piece of beep.
Yeah.
Take the moral high ground. Like, I hear you, but please leave.
All right. Well, that's our Princess Caroline segment for episode 1, season 1, episode 1, Pollywoo. Dave. okay, that's enough now, seriously. Dave.
Yeah, mate?
Do you ever, back in the 90s, I've thought about, a movie that I watched as a kid. Do you ever watch Never Ending Story?
Oh, I love Never Ending Story.
It was the very first time I watched a movie where I saw something that made me feel a little bit funny, like a little awakening moment, a little sexual awakening moment. There's these weird, well, you know what, I'll just show the clip and feel free to pause at any point to discuss, but yeah, if we load it up.
This is looking juicy already, Guy.
I'm telling you, it's not just because of the boobies. It's part of it.
Is it also the posture?
There is something more to it.
It's regal.
It's the arms coming in, like it's the arch of the back a bit as well.
Is that kid having the same experience that you were having?
I think when he looks up, yeah.
That's the shot.
He's like, that's a powerful female. I think it's also because they've killed all these people. There's like a degree of danger going on that's like, yeah, that's hot.
Like Fatal Attraction.
I think I've seen that.
Oh, you should see it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you have to be confident. If you have any doubt, then they'll fucking laser your ass. He's not gonna make it.
Oh. Yes, Atreyu.
Yeah, let's lose the clip. So that's my back in the 90s. Psychoanalyze that.
Guy, that's making me think of that Greek myth.
Which one?
Oedipus. Oedipus is going, he's going for a walk, and he's told not to go over the mountain by the local guy, and he's climbing, and he comes across the Sphinx, and she asks him a riddle, and he has to answer the riddle to whether he can continue or not.
What's the riddle?
All right, I believe the riddle was, what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening? Do you know who it is?
Why don't we come back to that?
Yeah.
Come back to that.
Slow burn.
Meditate on that.
Why don't you tell us about your yay men moment?
Actually, mine's a yay women moment.
Oh yeah, also a yay woman moment.
Woo, woman.
I don't know what age. It's one of my earliest memories of watching a movie.
I think it was 98 or 99 it came out.
Here we go.
Or do you feel unequal to the task?
No, on the contrary, Don Alejandro. I think only of your distaste for perspiration.
Do you wanna tell us a little bit? Give us some commentary.
It's just so perfect.
What's the movie, Polly?
This is the hit movie The Mask of Zorro. One of my top 10 favourite movies still as a 31-year-old.
I believe 1998.
Great dress, great scenery.
You would have been about 6 years old when this came out.
It's all the things. She's beautiful anyway, and can dance, and has got a great personality. Also fearless. I think maybe there's that part of you that likes to be the centre of attention that she's rocking, and 7-year-old you is not rocking.
I've met some sassy 7-year-olds, man.
I was not a sassy 7-year-old. This is who I aspired to be. I think it's the dancing thing.
Well, we've got lots of room on the front rail for you here, Polly.
There's that much room, to be honest, eh, Dave?
You got to squeeze to the front. It's a big job.
Pretty tightly packed.
Pretty tightly packed.
A lot of cleavage to get around.
I think I'm wearing too many clothes to be invited.
We've actually got another clip of your favourite, Pole.
Same movie.
Same movie. Do you want me to get into it?
Yep. This doesn't hold up to the test of time as well as I hoped it would. See, this woman has got so many talents.
Damn.
There's a little bit of feminism in there, but then a little bit not.
Her character's also quite witty.
Sorry, this was number one. He is very good at cutting fabric and not even a scratch of the skin. Yeah. I mean, that is...
There's a reason he's Zorro, guy.
In some, kink circles, I'm imagining that's a very important talent. There'll be clubs in London that are
I think I'd pay someone for that skill. What's also impressive is she's got really long hair. Where's her hair gone? It's still there. It's factually incorrect.
Yeah, there's an interesting little edit they do at the end there that the hair's perfectly covering the boobies.
That's how good Zorro is.
I don't think Neverending Story was that tactful. They probably got away with it because they're not real ones.
Do you think mine's better than yours?
I think yours makes more sense. That was meant to be quite a sexy scene.
And the giant boobies weren't meant to be
that. That was supposed to be a scary scene though, even though there was boobies. I think it's for me, it's that bringing together fear and femininity is something that really floats my boat. I want you to be sexy and I want to be afraid of you.
Yep.
If that's not my life story, I don't know what is. That was back in the 90s. Trying to think, there's any themes that we can pick up on. I saw the Barbie movie, that was kind of cool.
Can I tell you my sad Barbie story?
Yeah. Okay.
I had Pocahontas Barbie when I was growing up. So that was my pride and joy, because I love Pocahontas. I love Pocahontas so much, I had a Pocahontas-themed party when I was about 5. And my brother threw my Pocahontas Barbie out of the fucking window, and Fox bit her head off.
Damn.
And I went back because it was at night time.
I thought she's supposed to be down with nature, eh? Fox went straight in. Any fake questions from real people this week, Dave? Have we got anything loaded up in the system? Anyone?
Oh, we got a main fan in all the way from New Zealand. Our main contender, Daniel from New Zealand. Daniel Sethledge, Lower Hutt, New Zealand. Dear Pollywoo, I'm a proud homeowner, but my walls are looking a little bit bare at the moment, and I'm wondering if there's something out there that could maybe bring some colour and uniqueness to my dreary life and make my home more aesthetically pleasing. Any ideas?
Dan, I really wish you'd given us more information because did he say new homeowner? I'm sure he's broke.
Polly, what would you recommend?
Potato stamps.
Potato stamps?
Yeah. Cut them in half, cut shapes into your potato, get poster paints, have a sesh.
Probably approach a local artist, someone you know probably, just commission a piece.
Is it me?
It's me, I need to go take a shower, so I can't tell if I'm crying or not.
And with that delightful sting, thanks Dave, it's time to interview each other. And Polly, what better way to interview someone than to date them?
Yep. With these dating cards. Wrong way round. These dating cards.
Yeah, cool, let's do it then.
Okay.
Oh no, this is going to be a question for you. Or you, Dave, we can all date.
We're allowed dating.
How would you advise a friend who had just learnt their partner was having an affair? That's a medium date question. I don't know why that's a date question, to be honest. Maybe the friend has just learned that their partner's having an affair, so you're consoling the friend, as opposed to being like I hate to be the one that tells you, but...
He's a dickhead.
Because I would probably quite like to be the one that...
I would quite like to be the person that rains on someone else's relationship.
Brings the news,
Yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go take a shower, so I can't tell if I'm crying or not.
What if the friend is a terrible partner?
Your friend's the terrible partner?
Yeah, they could be.
Why would you be friends with someone who's a terrible partner?
Because
Do you have any friends that are terrible partners? We can edit this out.
Oh, I have friends that I would never go out with in a million years, for sure.
What makes them bad? What makes them bad partners in your eyes?
Oh, no, they're probably not bad partners. They'd just be bad partners for me.
Yeah, why would they be bad partners for you? That's the same question, really.
Because I'm needy.
Yeah.
True dat.
So they'd be bad partners because you're needy.
Yeah.
Cutting to the rave, Polly Nickel. To be honest, I think you just gotta see what the friend wants. You know, is it worth staying? Has this happened before? Are they heartbroken? Maybe you just want to do some listening, and maybe the advising is to take a minute before making big life decisions and take some space.
Yeah, it seems like pretty solid advice. Not that hard a card to answer when you put it that way, Dave, is it? Pretty manageable.
What about using it as an opportunity to create a new conversation around what your relationship could be going forward?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That could be a constructive conversation to have with your friend.
Yeah. Monogamy might not be for you, and this is the way you find out.
Some plugging of polyamory on Pollywoo.
Wow, I like the name.
Okay, well, that card was a disaster. We should try another one. You asked me a date question.
Pay each other 2 compliments. One focusing on the mind, the other on appearance.
I really like your insightfulness and I really enjoy the way you sort of process and see the world and then kind of share that. So I always really enjoy when you send me voice notes and stuff, they must always make me laugh. I think you have a really fun and unique way of perceiving the world that I admire.
Thank you. I'm going to remember that. I like how quick your brain is.
Oh.
It fires on lots of cylinders and it's very creative within the cylinders.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lots of cylinders.
And that's
no two-stroke over here, Dave.
There's at least 5 cylinders.
There's a lot of cylinders, Polly.
I already gave you a compliment about your looks today, but I think you look really good on camera. So I'm going to go with, I think you have really nice skin. Catches the light well. Nice face, generally. You have a nice face. Mm. Engaging eyes. That's my physical compliment for you, Polly. Dave, are you going to add in any? You can choose. You can do one of each.
Or Polly Nickel, or for you guys.
You can choose.
Guy Tenor, I have to agree with Polly Nickel. You're very quick. I like how you're very perceptive and you have emotional intelligence when you choose to use it.
The last one's very funny.
Polly Nickel, your hair's looking great. Those hair masks are really working for you.
No intellectual one for you. Cool.
I haven't done my appearance one. I think you have a very nice face because you almost look like a cartoon character. But like,
is that a compliment?
In a good way. Like, yeah. But what I mean by cartoon character, as in like, because you think you're already friends with cartoon characters. because they exist in your life.
Yeah.
Inviting. You have a very inviting face.
Good. Thank you.
We're going to stop. Okay.
But that's all, folks. Learned so much about you guys, all thanks to the power of dating.
And that's the power of dating.
That's the power of dating.
We've got to finish up on Oedipus.
Wow. Did anyone have any thoughts about Oedipus?
What was it? 4 legs in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. 4
legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the evening.
For some reason, I thought the answer was shadowing, but that's not right. Is it time? Is it time?
The Sphinx would have lasered you guys by now. Absolutely lasered you.
We'd be like all the people in that scene.
No, we're confident. We're just idiots.
That means we'll get far.
Yeah,
my book
we'll get way past the Sphinxes.
My book said the only thing that matters is audacity. If you've got that, you're going places, man.
What was the answer to Oedipus's...
The riddle. So Oedipus said to the Sphinx, said, mate, man, oh man, that's a difficult one. And the Sphinx was like, you not got it. I'm going to blast you to atoms. And he's like, no, mate, Sphinxo, I already answered it. And the Sphinx was like, no, you didn't. And he said, look, the answer is man. When man is in the young part of their life, they walk on...
It's going to be a dick joke, isn't it?
4 legs, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 arms. As a child, when they crawl, when they grow into a man, they walk on 2 legs.
3 legs.
And as they become old, they get a stick to walk with.
Hey, sorry. Just thought they hit puberty and got a huge dick. That's where my brain went at. That's about the evolution of man. It was way off.
If you're having an existential crisis, this podcast might be for you. It's quite distracting. As I understand, it's gonna be pretty good, like chocolate. Pollywoo. Fuck yeah. Season 1! Relax.